Hello friends and welcome to the Crypto Stacker channel. My name is Dean. If you're watching my videos for the first time, please know I only make them for entertainment, education, and community building around the tokens I discuss. Today, I've got a lot of things I want to discuss with you. Some of it personal criticism about myself, some of it criticism I see in the space that I think we all need to be a little more accountable for. And I will be talking a little bit about my take on the AMA from yesterday, which caused quite a stir. So I'm going to start by talking about comments I'm getting about being paid for creating content. Okay. So first of all, I always try to disclose if I'm being paid for the content that I'm making. As a matter of fact, YouTube has a section of paid promotion, and it states clearly, if you accepted anything of value from a third party to make your video, you must let us know. We'll show viewers a message that tells them your video contains paid promotion. If I'm doing lives, I just state it out front if I'm being compensated or if I have sponsored content, okay, so that you're clear. Now, if you have somebody that you love watching their content and they've got tons of videos out there for all kinds of different projects, quite possible that they're receiving some kind of promotional benefit from that. So if they're creating content and they're not disclosing it, feel free to ask. People should be transparent about that. I do see that most of the video makers do a pretty good job of disclosing, but I think it's important. Now, the flip side of that is, if you're ticked off about people getting paid to create content, here's my suggestion to you. On Monday, go into your job, talk to your boss, and let them know that you love your job so much that you want to do it for free. It doesn't make sense, does it? Okay? We're doing this because we want to support community, certainly. Some of us do it because we've got big egos and we like to see ourselves on camera and get praise from people. And some of us are trying to make a buck. So once my content became sponsored, then I have been listing that in my descriptions of my videos, talking about it plainly, and clicking the button so that you guys know. Okay? I'm not going to apologize for that. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is I'll talk about the AMA last. Okay, but there was a review of the AMA on YouTube yesterday by Just Moonshot, who's one of the developers of TARP, and Scott Herman. Okay, and there was a lot of emotion on display in this. They're very, very upset. Quite frankly, I think the community at large didn't feel completely satisfied with the answers given in the AMA yesterday. And again, I'm going to give my take on that at the end of the video, so please stick around. But sometimes I have a pretty long memory, and it just sparked a thought in me of something that happened that caused me to get excited about a token and want to make a purchase. Okay, because I was a huge fan of a new platform launching tokens, and so I'm just going to show you something directly. Okay, this is no disrespect to the people involved, but so this is an AMA back December 28th with Rodney or Fudney or My Crypto Journey, however you like to call him, with Matt Mortier and Just Moonshot. Okay, these guys are brand new developers. Their coin had launched not long before that, and I'm just going to put on display what happened in this AMA.
Awesome, guys. Question with Dan C. Says, is TARP going to be on CytoMask or on second wave of tokens?
So as far as it goes, do you want to just hold it up there, Matt? I know you have it on your desk.
All right, you guys ready for this?
Hold on.
Are you guys ready for this?
Go, send
All
it,
right.
send it.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Baby! Boom, baby!
Okay.
It's going to be on CytoMask.
Okay, so they just showed a contract,
Awesome.
and they're talking about being listed on CytoMask.
Both.
Now, I'm going to pull forward in this video that was right at about minute 25. In minute 30 of this, I'm going to play you another short segment. There's a little discussion in there. Somebody put up a question about a party in Amsterdam, and they talk about renting a private jet and having some contest winners fly with Justin to Amsterdam and have a party. Okay, but here is part 2 of the CytoMask listing.
All right. So everyone's fired up about the CytoMask listing, and you know what? We had a guy in here who was like, "They're never gonna get on site. No way, no, never ever." And in my head, I'm just like, "Why wouldn't they?" I think you meet all the criteria and then some. So we have $1.99. Yeah, we got the papers, baby. We got the paper. Does that look fake to you? I mean, you could have printed that out, but does that look fake to you? Come on.
I'm just saying, you didn't hear it from me.
No, you heard it from me. It's fine. I'll take the hit.
You have to be approved on 2 different sides for the CytoMask, and we've already got the tech side approval.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've already looked at our contract.
I'm going to stop it right there. And all I'm saying is what I see here are 2 young developers who are excited about their project, who probably got out ahead of themselves on this and showed a CytoMask contract. There certainly is an inference that they're going to be listed. And the contract is available if you want to give it a read. It's out there on the SaitamaToken.com website. And there's definitely a confidentiality clause in here that says no part of the document may be reproduced or any of the information be disclosed in any manner to a third party without written consent. Okay? I don't know if they had written consent on that, but what I can tell you is they haven't been listed yet. Okay? Now that video was from December the 28th. This barely captures that. This is the CoinMarketCap chart. And you can see on the 28th, whether it was related to that or not, there was a pretty good pump. I did the math. It was up 24%. By the next day, it's down 14%. The next day, it hits its all-time high. And there's the story from there forward, okay? And I'm not trying to throw shade on the project. I actually like the project and I like the use case, and I still hold some of the coin. What I'm saying is we've got to be careful what we're saying. We've got to be careful pointing fingers and throwing bombs on people. I'm not trying to justify anything from the AMA. I have nothing to do with it other than asking questions. Yes, I'm sponsored by the team, but the questions weren't given in advance, and the answers certainly weren't given to me in advance because I was a little bit shocked by the answer. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Now, I'll follow up with that here towards the end. Okay. Now, that listing came right before the CytoMask announcement, which was January the 8th. So here we have January the 3rd, the 4th. Okay. Here on the 5th, seeing some massive spike in the price of Saitama. Why? Because they said they were launching CytoMask. Okay. I think they were trying to launch CytoMask. As a matter of fact, they went live with it. They were having an AMA, and we were watching in bewilderment as Max was trying to figure out what was going on. The answer was front-running bots. Okay. That's the answer we were given at the time. Now, since that point in time, the coin is down from 708 to 701. Okay. It's 87% decrease in the price. Okay. I don't see the outrage over this. Since the 1st or the 8th of January, there have been multiple launch discussions. Okay. You see multiple pumps in the price followed by dips. Okay. The influencer in that video has done AMAs with that developer, and I don't see the outrage. Okay. I see it's time to hold the line. I still hope that Saitama is successful with their project. I hope TARP is successful with their project. What I'm saying is peeing in the neighbor's yard doesn't make your grass any greener. Okay. And maybe we've all got some accountability here to tighten this up, because it is common practice in cryptocurrency for people to pump their projects. For better or for worse, every single project has done it. They do AMAs, they give juicy information, they talk about new contracts and things that they've got with people, with influencers, with Hezbollah, okay, with UFC. And the hope is that that advertising gets you some traction. If you were doing the same kind of game in the SEC traded stocks, okay, think Tesla, think Apple, think Microsoft. If Microsoft came out and said, it's going to blow your minds what we're releasing next week. It's just going to be, you'll never believe how amazing it's going to be. Hey, they would all be shut down because the SEC has rules and regulations for communication, and anything that's construed as pumping your stock or manipulating your price is illegal, and there's consequences for that. In the crypto space, it's been more common. Okay. So in that TARP video, I'm not saying it was malicious. Okay. What I'm seeing is a young project with young developers who are excited about it. They want to give some good news to the community. So they break out the contract and there's an inference that it's there. Okay, now I'm going to get to my piece on this, what I think happened yesterday. Quite frankly, I don't know. Okay, 100%. I don't, because I'm not a member of the development team. Okay, I was there. I asked the questions. They gave the answers. I don't sit in on board meetings. We didn't have any discussion beforehand. I didn't release the questions, and they certainly didn't tell me how they're going to play their game on that one, what their cards were going to be. So I don't really know. Okay, they say that they've got evidence that they were working with Binance.us, that they've got copious evidence, and then it's going to show that Binance.us breached contract. Okay, to me, it seemed interesting. The tweets that went out early that morning, I would admit they didn't seem to line up. Okay, but I don't know what they've got. I don't know what kind of evidence they have to the con or pro side of that argument. But I would think probably I'm seeing the same thing. You've got a young development team. They're very excited. They know they've got a bunch of listings dropping, and somebody got out ahead of it, and the consequences were tough. Okay. Now that's just my opinion. I asked them very plainly in the AMA if, when they get additional information, including if they find out that this was some bad actors or that they got duped. I use the word scam. I don't know if they appreciate that or not, but if they would give more information to the community when they have it. And the answer that they gave was yes. Okay. Some of the other questions in there, I'm not going to address them all right now, but I could see, I mean, there was a sense of a shock there. And for me, I was nervous going into it in the first place. There were like 18 to 1900 people in that. And I'm hearing the information firsthand for the first time. So anybody who said I kind of had some shock and awe, look, it started that way and it got progressively stronger as I went forward. Okay. So I'm going to pretty much leave it right there. And all I'm saying is, if you're going to point fingers, you got to remember you're playing the game too. And I'm not saying that what you did is what they did, is what anybody did. But if you're going to show a lot of emotion, where's the outrage here of we're going to launch this, it doesn't happen. If the reason is legitimate or not, that's an 87% decrease in the price of that project in this year, since January 8th. Okay? Inferring that you have a contract, apparently would have been against an NDA, and it hasn't come to fruition. So you're ahead of that one. Okay? So I'm saying for all projects, clean it up. If you don't want to pump stuff, wait until you actually have it before you announce it. Okay? That's why most of my videos are a spreadsheet talking about data that's found on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. That's public knowledge to everybody, and it's already out there. All right, friends, that's where I'm going to leave this one. As far as my relationship with my sponsors, I'm going to have to flesh it out. Okay. For right now, I don't have any reason to jump ship on this. I want to see how it plays out. I want to see them bring forward what they can and show us something good, hopefully. Okay. They did bring 4 other listings today, which is pretty big for a single AMA. All right. Friends, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in with me. Check back with me soon. We'll watch our crypto stacks grow together.